9,000! Oh yeah! Not Ringo.
Hey guys, Dalek44 here. I need no introduction, but I got one anyway. Now this new top 10 list is going to be about something I may have talked about a few times in the past.
It's the Lego Movie, isn't it?
So what if it is? I know I may have talked about the Lego Movie loads of times in the past, but I just can't help it. It's just honestly one of the best animated movies I've ever seen in my lifetime. With its superb animation, clever writing, imaginative ideas, great directing, and superb voice acting, then we got a movie that people were shocked didn't win an Academy Award last year. Yeah, it's true, the Lego Movie wasn't nominated for an Oscar last year, which pissed off a lot of people. There's just so many things in this movie to point out why it's awesome, and we're going to look at some of them today. So, without wasting any time, I'm going to show you the top 10 reasons why I really love the Lego Movie. So, sit back, relax, get out your bag of Haribo, and enjoy my top 10 reasons why I think the Lego Movie is awesome. Number 10. The animation. This is one of those rare films where I watch a CGI film and honestly believe that I'm in a real world. Well, real Lego world, but you get what I mean. Compare the animation in the Lego Movie to a movie like, say, the first Toy Story film. Yeah, it is still a great animated film and it has a well-written story and great acting and memorable characters. But when you look at the animation today, it's not as great as you remember it to be compared to the Lego Movie's animation. Now with the toys and the spoon that they had in one scene, they do look like real toys. But there's just some bits in the film like the humans and some of the backgrounds that just seem obvious that they're CGI. With the Lego Movie, they upped the animation to top-notch levels. The first time I watched this movie, I really did believe that I was watching a stop-motion film, and that some of the parts were done in CGI, but honestly I find it hard to tell the difference. In fact, even knowing that it's CGI animated, I still find it hard to believe that it is CGI. It just looks so realistic. But watching it, you'd find it hard to believe that it is animated with CGI. It really does look like it's stop motion, with the way the characters and the sets look. Not to mention the fact that they made the characters move in the way that the toys are restricted. It would have been easy for them to have just made this like a cutscene from a Lego video game, where the characters move unrealistically compared to the toys. But here they just go the extra mile to make it seem as realistic as possible. And this is honestly some of the best CG animation I've seen in a long time.
Fantastic.
Number 9. The surprise twist. This was one of those twists that I never saw coming the first time I watched this movie. And every time I rewatch it, I still find it an amazing twist. It's just really amazing to show that the whole movie was just a child playing with Lego toys the whole time. And the fact that his father was the inspiration for President Business, as well as looking like him and being played by the same guy, Will Ferrell. This was one of those twists in movies that I literally didn't see coming. It could have easily just made the twist like really expected, like, oh, we know it's going to happen, so just do it anyway. But this was really well done. And I don't know if it's just me, but I think this is one of the few roles that Will Ferrell has had where he's not being comical or idiotic. This is honestly the first time I've seen Will Ferrell play a serious character. Of course, he would still be comical with Lord Business, but the man upstairs was definitely one of his more serious characters. And they even went so far to create this huge Lego set where Bricksburg was. And I just find it amazing to find that the whole adventure the whole time was just through the mind of a child. And the speech that Finn said that Emmett would give at the end was just really awesome. It was just so well written. This was an amazing twist that we never saw coming, and it's still among one of the best.
I am so pumped up!
Number 8. The cameos. When this movie was first announced, I honestly had no idea what story they were going to put behind the Lego Movie. Were they gonna focus on just one franchise? Were they gonna put several franchises into one? Were they gonna create a new franchise completely? I honestly had no idea. But as soon as I saw the trailer, it was obvious that they were gonna make some new characters for the film, while combining some classic LEGO characters in the film as well. So we got many different characters that were already known from the past, like Chewbacca, Han Solo, Lando Calrissian, Gandalf, Dumbledore, DC characters, Michelangelo, minifigures characters, Johnny Thunder, Green Ninja from Ninjago, and Milhouse from the LEGO Simpsons? Yeah, the LEGO minifigure of Milhouse actually made a cameo in the LEGO movie before the LEGO Simpsons franchise was even released in the UK. They must have really wanted to promote the LEGO Simpsons in the film, I guess. Now, I'm not sure if it was released in the US before the UK, but I still find it really awesome to show that they promoted the figures in the movie. So whether you remember these characters from long ago or don't remember these characters from long ago, this movie is a great reminder for everything that you've ever known in the LEGO in the past, as well as giving a little nod to Bionicle. Whether they'll continue these cameos in the next films, it's really awesome to see all these old figures come together.
Have the young man step forward. As you wish, Dumbledore. I'm Gandalf. Pronounced Dumbledore. Dumbledore? No, Dumbledore. Thought you said Dumbledore. Vitruvius! All right, you gotta write all that down, because I'm not gonna remember any of it, but here we go.
Number 7. Vitruvius. This wizard, voiced by the great Morgan Freeman, was one of the funniest wizards I've ever seen. Yeah, we have had our funny wizards in the past, like Merlin from Sword in the Stone, but Vitruvius is another one of those funniest that I end up laughing at rather than just going, oh god, this is not funny. Quite honestly, Morgan Freeman is hilarious as Vitruvius, and I personally think that Freeman was the best choice for this character. And there was a lot of quirks about him, like how wise he is, how forgetful he is, and the fact that he's blind. But one of the best moments for Vitruvius is definitely when he dies and becomes a ghost. And because this movie went all out to make it seem like it was a kid playing with Lego toys like they would in real life, they went all the way to make sure that Vitruvius was as realistic as a ghost as you could get. And by that I mean putting a piece of string on him and floating him around as if a kid was playing with him. I know a lot of people who actually laughed their heads off at that the first time they watched it. The first time I watched that scene in the cinema, Ghost Vitruvius' appearance just cracked me the hell up. I honestly never expected to see a Ghost Vitruvius being hung up by a string. So whether you love wizards or not, there's no denying that Vitruvius will make you laugh on the floor.
I liked him before it was cool.
Number 6. Batman. This is, in my opinion, one of the funniest versions of Batman I've ever seen in media, and this character is so popular that he'll be getting his own spin-off movie in 2017. In fact, some people have already made the argument that this version of Batman is better than Ben Affleck's Batman from Batman vs Superman. I find him to be a sort of Lego version of the Adam West Batman, like comical, but most of the time taking his adventures seriously.
If anybody has black parts, I need them, okay? I only work in black. And sometimes very, very dark gray.
Some people might say that this was expected since Warner Bros. Owns DC anyway, but they really made a Batman of their own here. And I honestly think he's one of the best versions of Batman I've ever seen. With his serious attitude, gruffy voice provided by Will Arnett, and that kick-ass song that he wrote.
Darkness, no parents.
I especially love the moments where he tries to keep his true identity a secret.
Bruce Wayne? Who's that? Sounds like a cool guy.
Yeah, we know you're Bruce Wayne, so stop making secrets. While he isn't exactly the action-packed Batman that we all know Batman for, he's definitely one of the funniest Batmans. So whether you're a fan of Batman or not, there's no denying that this version of the Caped Crusader is one of the funniest.
To the Batmobile. Dang it.
To the invisible jet! Dang it.
Number 5. Benny is one of the funniest characters in the Lego movie. And given the amount of characters I've talked about in this list, that's saying a lot. Throughout the whole movie, Bennett was obsessed with building spaceships, and he's even tried to build a spaceship for their plans. But everybody's saying, no, you're not going to build a spaceship, we don't need a spaceship, which really makes him sad. And this is just a running gag. They do this every time Benny's on screen, giving him the chance to build a spaceship only to have his heart broken and to take down what he's already built. While all those things about Benny does make him a really likeable character, it's the bit near the third act of the film that we really love, when he finally gets to build a spaceship. But when he finally does get to build the spaceship, that's when he shines the most. He's so full of excitement that he just can't stop shouting out spaceship. The first time I saw this in the cinema, I can remember everybody in the screening room laughing their heads off at this. So for all these reasons, Benny is one of the funniest spacemen that we will never be forgetting anytime soon. Number 4. Everything is awesome. And by that I don't mean just the movie, I mean the song Everything is Awesome.
Oh my gosh, I love this song!
Yeah, some people might find it annoying as it's just like easy to remember lyrics and it just goes on for a while and it's just going Everything is Awesome. But I honestly find it really catchy, in a good way. It's sort of like when you sing Hakuna Matata for the first time, where it starts off okay, but for some people when they get older it just gets annoying, but for others it's just a still good song to them. And Everything is Awesome is still one of those songs that I just can't get out of my head. I even had it as a ringtone on my mobile phone a while back. No, I'm dead serious. The ringtone on my mobile phone was Everything is Awesome for a moment of time. And you can't really blame me for liking this song. Everything is Awesome is another one of those really catchy songs that you can never get out of your head. With its catchy tune, easy to remember lyrics, and just how awesome it is. Everything is Awesome is just another one of those awesome songs that you won't get out of your head for a long time.
Man, I feel so good right now! I could sing this song for hours!
Number 3. Bad Cop. This ruthless police officer, voiced by Liam Neeson, is one of the funniest characters I've ever seen in this movie. And I know I've said that quite a few times, but I just can't help it. Bad Cop is another funny character to me. One of the running jokes with him was the fact that he has 2 personalities in him. The main personality is Bad Cop, while the other personality is Good Cop, which is basically a Lego spoof on the whole Good Cop, Bad Cop routine. But here they take it literally, where it's literally 2 cops in one. Liam Neeson is one of my favourite actors, as I've seen him in the Star Wars prequel trilogy and in the Dark Knight trilogy. But this one as Bad Cop and Good Cop is definitely his funniest, because he gets to play 2 characters in one.
All units, cut him off on Elm, now, or whenever you can.
And I still today get a laugh out of both of these personalities, with Liam Neeson's fierce and gruffy voice as Bad Cop, and his kind, soft-hearted voice as Good Cop.
Hi, buddy. I'm your friendly neighborhood police officer. Would you like a glass of water?
Yeah, actually, that's too bad.
That still cracks me up. And another one of the scenes where he really shines is when Bad Cop gets so angry that he can't help just kicking chairs around. And I'm pretty sure this one scene is a reference to The Simpsons. So whether you want a good cop or a bad cop, the Bad Cop is the right cop to go to.
Darn,
Number 2. Unikitty. It should come as no surprise that Unikitty is another one of my favourite characters in the Lego movie. In fact, I love her so much that I actually made her a main character in Second Co. Now, from what I can remember from being a kid, I was never really into girly characters, since I was a boy and I just liked boyish stuff. But I honestly have a very soft spot in my heart for the cute characters, such as Dot Warner and loads of others. And Unikitty's one of those characters that I really love. Not just because of her cute personality, but also because of her hilarious rage that she shows off at the very end of the film.
Any idea is a good idea, except the not happy ones. Those you push down deep inside where you'll never, ever find them.
We already knew from her first appearance that she had some secret rage that turns her red, but we didn't get to see the full rage until near the end of the film during its climax. And boy was it worth the wait. And for those of you who are asking whether I'm going to show Unikitty in her rage in the future of Second Co, then you're all going to have to wait and see. But I will say that it will be worth the wait to see her get angry in Second Co. And I don't know if I'm the only one in this boat, but I'm kind of hoping that they give Unikitty more screen time in the sequel. She deserves it. So whether you like cute girly characters or not, Unikitty is going to have a soft spot in your heart. And she'll make you laugh every now and then.
Business. Numbers. Yeah. Yes!
And the number one reason I think the Lego Movie is awesome is, this is the Lego Movie I always wanted to see. I bet that every kid like myself has done something like this with Lego. Making up their own adventure where various characters from the different franchises all come together for one big adventure. And this movie does that. It brings pretty much every character we've ever known, from the old days to today, together into one film. And while Batman does get the most screen time out of all these classic characters, it is really nice to see all the classic characters in here again. Like the Star Wars characters and Johnny Thunder, who I can still remember and still have the minifigure of. As well as characters from before my time and even after my time as a child. And as I said, it makes a good homage to the Bionicle series, which is one of the most famous series in the Lego franchise. But I swear that everybody who has ever grew up with Lego will absolutely love this movie for bringing so many of these classic characters into one big film with all the new characters created for the film. When I was a child, I used to love playing with Lego all the time. In fact, I used to make up my own adventures with every character from every franchise mashed in together. Like say I'd have Star Wars characters mixed in with Lego Island characters and so on and so forth. And this movie did a great job of bringing that childhood fantasy to life. Throwing in a great story, some memorable new characters, some happy moments, some sad moments, some dramatic moments. And you got a movie that people were shocked didn't win an Academy Award. And in my opinion, I think this movie should have won an award. Honestly, the Lego Movie worked really hard for that award. And I honestly think it deserves that award for putting so much time, love and effort into the film. I've gone on and on about this movie and how awesome it is. And this is the number one reason why I think it's awesome. Because quite honestly, it's a perfectly written love letter to every Lego fan's childhood. And those are the 10 reasons why I think the Lego Movie is awesome. And for those of you who have your own reasons to why the Lego Movie is awesome, then get out there and share your opinions with everyone else and see what everyone else has to say. I'm Dalek44, and I'll see you next time, folks.